Good morning, friends. How are you guys this morning? I haven't done anything with my hair. I put like oil in it last night and a little bit this morning. And this is still what it looks like the day after I use the Duo Flex. So if anyone was wondering, and I do have really fine hair, so the fact that I can put like actual oil, not like the oil serum hybrid styler, in my hair and still have curls the next day. I've showered twice and I do clip it back, of course, but like some water does get on it. So when I say it has really good hold, no joke, because I guarantee most people's hair is gonna hold better than mine. Anyways, good morning. I kind of just want to make sure I'm on the right page because I do that once in a while. Okay. Yay! I don't even really have a plan for what we're gonna do this morning. I was thinking like maybe the latte makeup trend. Well, that came out faster than I thought. But do you guys have any special requests? I'm not making any like specific. We can do any brand, anything. What do you guys want to see? Anything specific. Or I do think a red lip would be really pretty with this kind of like burnt orange tank top. I hope I can see comments today. I know it's only been a second, but that's happened to me a couple times on Facebook lately where I can't see comments for some reason. And I'm like, well, that deletes or defeats the whole entire purpose of going live. I guess I could try to look on this. No, I can't. It's dead. Okay, I'll give you guys a link to those whitening eye drops. I have talked about this before, but I do think it's like a best kept secret that I know for a fact like all models, influencers, everything use, and no one talks about it. I don't know why, if it's just because maybe Lumify doesn't like work with creators or something, but honestly, everyone's using whitening eye drops, and it's because it's 10 times better than concealer. And, like, no one really thinks of it as, like, makeup, so it looks very natural, but it will instantly, like, wake you up and just totally, like, make you look better. You know what I mean? Because if we have, like, really yellow or really red eyes or something, it kind of, like, takes away from our eye color, from our makeup, where if you just have, like, bright white eyes, it just really helps them, like, pop and look fresh and awake. Seriously, I rarely will wear concealer, but I wear whitening eye drops, or I put whitening eye drops in, like, all the time. Okay, we're going in with some barrier drops. Okay, I can see comments, thank goodness. Good morning, Juanita. Have a wonderful day full of happiness and blessings. Thank you so much. You too, Juanita. Good morning, Marla. How are you? Okay, so we went in with the barrier drops. I actually love these, as if you can't tell from the bottle. I, like, always break out and stuff when I wear sunscreen, and one thing I've been doing this year, like, even good sunscreen, like, I only put face sunscreen on, but even, like, expensive, cheaper brands, like, it doesn't really seem to matter. The NYX one has been good, but also, I've been putting my, barrier drops on before putting sunscreen on, and I kind of think that's made a difference. Just kind of like not having that sunscreen seeping maybe directly into my skin. I'm not sure, but I feel like that's been helping because the couple times I've worn it without the barrier drops, I can feel like some bumps and stuff starting. But when I wear with the barrier drops, it's very minimal. Like, I still might get like a pimple or, you know what I mean, something like that, but it's not like a full-blown breakout or just like nasty feeling, you know what I mean? Good morning, Joanne. Good morning, Joni. How are you guys? I think I already said this, but good morning, Marla, if I forgot. All right, we're going to let that soak in, and I wanted to open this with you guys because I got the cutest necklace ever. Hi, Robin. How are you? I've been eyeing this, and you guys know I have, like, a ton of jewelry, like, way too much, but then I'll only wear, like, a couple things, and you guys know I just love wearing, like, my $3 necklaces and stuff, whatever, but this little necklace was, like, I can't remember if it was like 12, 15, 16. Anyways, it was like definitely more than I typically don't go over like 6, just because I'll buy a lot of cheap jewelry, wear it for a season, and then as soon as it gets like, you know, where it's breaking and it has like just that yucky stuff all over it, I just toss it. You know what I mean? Like if I can't clean it anymore where it looks good with like a toothbrush and dish soap, I'll just get rid of it. So I love to do that. And this one I've been like putting in my cart, taking it out, putting it in my cart, taking it out. Which I know that's not like that much money, but that's just how I am with stuff. And I finally just like bought it, but anyways, I want to put it on with you guys. I'll probably hate it. That's usually how it goes. I purchased the Ophir milk product. I love that one too. Good morning. Alright, so we're just gonna open them one at a time. It's like this little fish trend. Have you guys seen like the coastal beach trending type stuff? I live in Montana, but it's basically like little fish like this, kind of like fun beaded jewelry, anything with like pearly or shell type looks, a lot of like white and blues or like that kind of color. Anyways, I love that trend. Now, I live in Montana, so I'm totally not living in coastal anything, but I love the trend, and I would love to pretend I'm at the beach, so I'll just do my coastal trend while I'm at the lake. But let's be honest, at the lake, it's like, it's stanky, it's nasty. Usually you have to wear your shoes in the water because there's like weeds everywhere. Okay, how cute is that? Sorry, I suck at showing this. It's like a little, it almost feels, I'm sure it's not, it's probably cheaper, but it feels like it's almost like a pottery. Like that's what it feels like. Where do you buy your jewelry? I buy most of my jewelry on Shein. I'm kind of convinced, you guys, and I can link this one for you, or I can see if it's available anyways. I don't think they have an affiliate program, so just, like, I don't make any money off telling you guys that. But I'm pretty convinced that, like, a lot of the stuff on Shein and Temu is the same stuff they're selling on, like, Amazon. But I don't know. Like, maybe not every single thing. Like, there's obviously, like, stuff that is gonna be different, but like a lot of it, it's like I could order something on Shein and then I'll see it pop up on like Amazon or TikTok shop. You know what I mean? Personally, I hate Temu. I'm sure they're probably literally in the same warehouse, probably owned by the same guy, and probably the same thing, but for some reason, like every time I've ordered from Temu, it's been like cheap and it feels cheap, where Shein, it's usually like it's cheap, but it feels like I'm getting it at wholesale price. Like I could totally see buying it for more. So, I don't know, but anyways, I can add a link if you guys like this. Good morning, Nicole. Okay, here's another little fish. Again, it kind of feels like pottery. I love the, like, 2 different colors, and you could totally wear all of these separate, all of them together, but yeah. Does anybody else like that coastal trend? Even if you don't love somewhere coastal. They had, like, 3 different color scheme options with this little necklace. I picked the one that I thought was the one I was seeing everywhere, like with this orangey necklace. But I kind of think the one I was seeing everywhere was maybe more like orange and navy blue. And I must have picked out orange and green. But anyways, here's like the cute longer necklace. I love like the little pops of colors in these like coastal trends. And then they'll have like a pearl or a shell mixed in. And then you can wear the necklace either way, or the fish. Like you can have it on the gold side, or you can flip it and have it on the orange side. Anyway, I actually think this feels like really good quality. So I'm happy about that, because that's one thing, like, you definitely run the risk if you order from like Temu or Shein or, you know, any of those websites. There's a million of them out there. You definitely run the risk of like buying cheap and getting it and being like, yeah, this looks like something super cheap from China. Like I got totally scammed. You totally take that risk when you order on there, but I will say a lot of the time it pays off, and it makes sense because like in the United States, how much of our product do we buy from China? Like in retail stores and stuff like that. So it's like you're just basically buying it directly from the wholesaler instead of buying it from the store that had to pay for like stocking it, advertising it, displaying it. You know what I mean? Like you kind of don't get that fun part. But yeah, sometimes, a lot of times I will get a good something. Usually, let's say if I ordered 10 items, I'll say like 8 out of 10 I'm happy with. And then like 2 of them I'll be like, yeah, makes sense why that was $2. You know what I mean? Okay, the last one I think is my fave. I love that. It has like this really fun little bead. And like I said, you guys, this literally feels like pottery. Like it doesn't feel like cheap plastic. So I could not be more happy with this. All right, let's put it on. I think that's gonna be really cute. Is that the only type of products from Shein? No, they literally have like everything you could ever imagine, actually. They have fishing stuff, they have clothes, they have jewelry, they have makeup, which I personally don't buy makeup just because I'm trying to see what order to put these on and so that you can actually see the necklaces the best way. There we go. Do these 2 first and then work my way up. Or maybe I'll go like this. Anyways, I don't order like skin products on there because it's like I said, sometimes you're gonna get the same thing that you could get in the store. You know what I mean? Like truly you will. But you will get other stuff that is like, you're like, okay, you know, I got what I paid for here. So I don't really want to order stuff that like goes on my mouth or my skin just to be safe. Especially for me with like more acne prone skin, you know, like that's just not worth the risk. But they have everything. Actually, my son wanted some fishing stuff, Carver, imagine. And so he wanted to buy it on Temu. He must have seen like an ad or something on TikTok. And I'm like, I'm not buying from Temu. Like I have a Shein account. I buy from there all the time. So I'm like, I think they are literally the same stuff. So find it on there and I'll order it. And actually it was pretty good stuff. But one of the things, so I think he got 5 fishing things. He had birthday money. So that's why I was like, you know, you can give me your money and I'll buy it on there for you or whatever. I would say 3 out of the 5 things were like literally the same thing you would get at like Scheels or like any sporting goods store. And then 2 of them you could tell were like a little cheaper. And you're just, like I said, the best thing you can do is read the reviews. And that usually helps so that you don't waste your money on something that is like absolute, complete, and total junk. I'm trying to decide like what length to wear these at. This is why I never put my necklaces on while I'm on live with you guys, because it takes me an obnoxiously long amount of time because I'll just keep like changing them and like not sure what I like. So, I mean, that's ridiculous, but yeah. I could also just wear one of the like longer fish necklaces, I guess. But I kind of just want to see them all together first. I do love them though. I'm not regretting it. I feel like they're pretty good quality as well. All right, if we took this one away, that's kind of what we're left with. Me being older, I'd probably go with one. And there's nothing wrong with that either. They're actually super cute. So you could totally just wear one and it, like I said, it would be super cute. Because they have like pretty good little beads and stuff on them. See? Okay, guess what I did, guys? This just reminds me of this because I feel like this show was maybe like a big part of the like coastal trend thing. The Summer I Turned Pretty. Do any of you guys watch that? It's honestly like for teenagers, but I don't know. I still really like it. It's basically this show on Amazon Prime, and there was books. I've never read the books, but I did order them for our library when I was a librarian, when I had 2 jobs. Remember that? How about this? I think this is a little better. What do you guys think? Stacey, I see your comment. I feel like it's the blue and the orange one together. They're like the exact same length, so it's like a bit much. You know what I mean? Because I can't really like get them away from each other for stacking. I mean, I can, but only like a tiny bit. I can't like really like drop it up or bring it down that much. Anyways, with The Summer I Turned Pretty, they're doing this super annoying thing where instead of releasing the entire season, I might change this, but who knows. Good morning, Jody. How are you? Anyways, they're doing this annoying thing where instead of releasing the entire season, I've noticed they've been doing this a lot on like Hulu too. And I'm like, if I wanted to wait every single week for an episode, I'd watch like regular TV. I wouldn't be watching Prime or Netflix, you know what I mean? Anyways, they're doing like one episode a week for like 2 or 3 months. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that is so annoying. And I was like, I'm not even gonna watch it until September or whatever when they're all out. And guess who watched it last night? The first 2 episodes. So now I'm gonna be doing the weekly thing again. And I'm like, really? It's honestly like not even that good of a show, to be honest. I don't know why I said that twice in one sentence. It's like kind of bad acting, but like not the worst, and it's kind of like a feel good, like, well, I don't know if feel good's the word. It's like a drama, basically, like a romance drama. Truly not even like the best storyline anymore at this point. Like I said, not the best acting, but you know when you get hooked on something and you kind of just like it and you like the characters on top of like you want to see what happens. That's kind of where I'm at with it. I should have read the books. Have you seen Younger? It's hilarious. I don't think so. Nora, do you sell jewelry? Nora Lynn? I got hooked on Sullivan Crossing, just like Virgin River, if people like that. I binged 3 seasons. Oh my gosh, Cody used to watch Virgin River, which is so funny because I feel like it's like a girl show, but he kind of got like hooked on that. And I was like, I think that's what it was called. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Virgin River. And I was kind of like getting pretty bored of it. I don't know, at some point, this has been a couple years ago, but we were watching it and then like all of a sudden, I guess it must have been the end of like all the seasons that were out. And we just like never turned it back on, I don't think, unless he watched it, and he may have, because I wasn't like a huge fan of Virgin River, which it's still kind of the same as like The Summer I Turned Pretty. Like, it's almost like when you were younger and you know they had like Nickelodeon shows, Nick at Night, like, but it was kind of for adults or kids together to watch. Not the best acting, not really like the best story plots, but we just kind of like liked it for some reason. That's how these shows kind of remind me of. Maybe that's why we like them. And it's just like easy watch, you know what I mean? It's not like something you have to like pay super close attention to or like, you know what I mean? It's just like an easy show to watch. You almost missed me. I'm actually going super slow this morning, Jerry, so good thing we jumped on a little bit early. But I'm glad you're here. Yay. You're a paparazzi consultant. Oh, nice. I have only had a couple paparazzi things. I had a friend, well, you might know her, Jamel. Her last name used to be Sislo or Sislo, but I think she just got divorced, I saw on Facebook, so I think she went back to a different name, which I don't remember what it was. Anyway, I think she gave me some pieces once. Pretty sure that's who it was. Stacy, exactly. Like, you're like, I know this show is, like, not good. The acting is horrible. Like, it's literally predictable and, like, I don't know. You know it's, like, a dumb show, but you just keep watching. I don't get it, but that's kind of how The Summer I Turned Pretty is for me. Like, truly, it's not one of those shows that I would be like, oh my god, it's amazing, like, you have to watch it. It's like, I like it and I'm invested into it, but is it that good? Not really. You know what I mean? Alright. The other day, yesterday actually, who was it? Asked me what was on my lips when I started a video. I think it was yesterday. It's this lip stain from Ulta Beauty, which I don't think I can link. But I can try if you can't find it. Anyways, it's just the Ulta Beauty Weightless Water. It's a lip stain. Ulta Beauty brand lip stain in the shade Sangria. I love it for like a no makeup because it's like by the time you put it on, it's so similar to a natural lip, but like with just a little hint of pink. And I just think it's so fun. But like super natural. So like when I go to the lake next week, I'm totally gonna take this with me. Just to have a little something on because you know like at the lake I never really wear makeup, but sometimes you go to the bathroom and you're like, see yourself in a mirror and it is like a huge jump scare. So I don't know, I feel like a little lip gloss or like a little lip stain isn't gonna kill me. And then like, I'll wear my blurring sunscreen and who knows, maybe one day I'll even put blush on or something. But this will be nice because it won't like get all over my face. I don't think it really matters if it gets wet because I think it would just wash right off. So yeah. Yes, it was me asking about the lip color. Okay, Jody, I forgot to go message you. I got to work and then I just completely spaced it off. So Ulta Beauty Lip Stain Shade Sangria. Ulta Beauty brand. So I got it from Ulta Beauty, but it's also the Ulta Beauty brand. Okay, what should we do for our foundation? This is what I've been doing lately. I guess I could do it again. Let's go with the shade Rye because I'm already losing my tan just from these rainy days. I've been doing Sheer Skin. I really should have just had like a no foundation all day because my skin could probably use a little break. It's kind of irritated right now, but I don't know. This makeup hasn't really ever irritated it, so I guess it probably doesn't matter. And then I take the Face Milk. These are both Ophir, so if you haven't seen my other videos, I would say Ophir is what I use like more than anything right now. I just love it so much. But I do have some other makeup as well, but Sheer Skin, one pump. Sometimes I'll go in with another pump if I'm feeling like kind of self-conscious or my skin is just looking really bad. But this is for like a natural summery makeup look. This is not full coverage. So if you want like legit foundation, do not buy this. But if you love like a glowy natural look with like a light coverage, this combo has been my favorite lately. Out of my makeup, I have always loved lipstick since I was like a teenager. Oh, I love that. I actually never was a lipstick girl until I would say more recently, but realistically it wasn't that recent. Like I was mid-20s probably. I always wore makeup, but I don't know, every time I wore lipstick, I felt like I looked like a clown. So I totally get it when people feel like so weird in eyeshadow or lipstick for the first time because I was the same way. Like I would only wear like a clear gloss or something, you know? Or like maybe a slight tint to the gloss, like maybe a light pink or something like that. But even if, say, the gloss was red, and you know gloss doesn't really have like a lot of pigment to it, even that I would feel like so weird. Like I felt like I just looked like super clowny. But now I love lipstick. Where do you get all of your cute necklaces? Robin, I actually opened this one at the beginning because I just got them last night, but I got this pack from Shein. So when I get off of here, I'm gonna see if it's still in stock. That's one thing about Shein is there's like a ton of turnaround because it's like a huge warehouse. So like a lot of times by the time I get something, it's already out of stock. But this is like a really viral necklace this summer, I think, because I see it on TikTok constantly. So I think it'll still be available. So happy I can watch you now since I have the day off. I love Ophir as well. Yay! Mary, I'm so glad you have the day off. Good morning. Today is my Friday, so we pretty much do a lot of Monday through Thursday stuff around here. I work Monday through Thursday when school's in session. The kids only go to school Monday through Thursday. So yeah, I love it. If you're ever like in a school district and you have the opportunity to go to a 4-day week, do it. It's honestly so nice. Like when it was first happening, you know, people were asking like, what's your preference, blah, 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 like to the parents. And I was like, I guess I really don't care. Like I didn't really have a preference one way or the other, but now that I'm in it, I love it. So yeah. I think I'm going to go in with the shade Almond. And just keep it like kind of low key today. But like warm the face up with some blusher and give it that more like summery sun-kissed look. I'm having one of those days where like I feel like no matter what I wear, it's gonna be all week. Don't you guys hate when you just like wake up and know you've entered into PMS? Like, I don't know, it's something only I feel like females and women will ever like understand. Like the first day you're kind of delirious and I feel like I'm like so tired and I'm like, what happened? Like, why do I feel like a completely different person from yesterday to today? And then you're also like Like me, I'm like every month, I'm like, this is the end of my marriage. Like, I can't do this anymore. Like, literally, I couldn't have married someone more annoying. But it's actually, then I'll be like, oh, it was PMS. Even if, maybe he still was being annoying, but it's like, oh my gosh. Every month for the rest of my life? That seems crazy. And then every one of my friends that has gone through menopause tells me about all the stuff they have, and I'm like, wow, so much to look forward to. You're actually making this seem better. So I'm like, yay. There's literally no break. Thank you, Robin. We are so excited. Honestly, we're so surprised. But we literally could not be more excited because the offer came so unexpectedly. The coach got hired late. And stuff. So it was like such a last minute thing. We'd already had her set up to go to a different school. So we were surprised in that way, but we were also a little surprised that she said yes because it is so far away. But we're so excited and could not be more happy or thankful for this opportunity. Marla, see, Jinx, like that's what I'm saying. Everyone I've like ever, in conversation, we're talking about that kind of stuff or whatever. They're like, just wait, it gets worse. And I'm like, worse? Like, how is, like, that is not even fair. We never get a break, do we? Alright, let's go in with a little setting powder. Just to kind of, like, blur this a little bit. I don't know, it's just crazy to me because it's like, there's literally, I swear, 1 week out of the month that we have that we're, like, normal or, like, ourselves. And I'm like, that's it? You know what I mean? I guess our husbands must have all, like, fallen in love with us on that 1 week. Because otherwise, like, there's no way. Or we met them on that 1 week and, like, convinced ourselves we liked them. It had to have been. Okay, my melasma is always kind of crazy in the summer just because it gets really dark, like, the more I'm in the sun. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do, like, a slick back or try to salvage this down somehow. I don't know yet. Thank you, Amy. Man, have it so easy. Literally so easy, honestly. The only thing I will say is, like, say if we're, like, driving and then we get a flat tire or something, I'm like, thank God, like, that. Like, I literally don't even have to care. That is not my problem whatsoever. Or, like, something breaks or, like, whatever. You know what I mean? But I'm like, is the trade-off equal? I'm not so sure about that. Like, I feel like we have a lot more going on, but I'm like, I am glad that there's at least, like, something that I can be like, that sucks that you have to, like, change the tire and it's -10 out. I'll be waiting here in the vehicle. As I should, because I'm a girl. But there's definitely a lot of, like, cons as well. Good morning, Valerie. Okay, should I do like a nude lip or should we do like this super natural makeup but then throw on a red lipstick? Just to like kind of change it up. So true. My mic helps me out so much in those kind of issues, which I have a lot of those when it comes to mechanical stuff. Yes, exactly. Like, I'm so glad. I mean, Cody's definitely not a mechanic, but he can obviously do like anything like changing a tire, backing the boat down the ramp, parking something. I don't know, just like basic things that like I'm really not trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really not interested in doing that whatsoever. Like, zero interest. So that's the one good thing as a girl, like everyone just expects you to like stay in the vehicle and do nothing. So we do have that going for us, I guess. Or like, say if it's like someone's breaking into the house, they're not going to be like sending the wife out to go look. You know what I mean? So we have a few pros, but like we also have a lot we're dealing with here. Nobody wants me trying to dock the boat. Okay, so actually when me and Cody go out, I drive the boat. I don't drive the boat. When we load and unload, I drive the boat and he drives the truck. And it's not that bad, but it's also not that good, if we're being honest. But me trying to back a freaking boat trailer down a ramp with like a bunch of guys around like watching me like, there's no way. I couldn't do it. Amy, okay, we'll go neutral. But like, just kind of floating out there. I mean, it's harder than it looks because I feel like unless you have like a lot of speed in a boat, like if you turn, it like takes it a minute to like really catch up, and then pretty soon you're going in a full circle. So to me, that's kind of the hardest part, is like you're having to drive so slow that like you just don't have a lot of that. But I mean, like I said, it's not pretty, but we manage. I do, however, carry in my purse. My mind insists on it. Oh, like carry a handgun? So in Montana, you can actually like conceal carry or open carry without permits. We used to have like a concealed carry permit thing that you had to have, and a lot of people still get them because it like fast tracks your background checks and stuff if you do buy a gun. But yeah, I don't know. Everybody here has guns, but usually it's more like hunting rifles and stuff. I don't really like pistols myself, but I think it's good to have some kind of protection. I do have a little pepper spray thing, but I'm pretty sure it's sitting in my kitchen in the junk drawer, and so is Zuri's, I think. So we definitely need to get that on her keychain before she goes. And then I got her like this a little alarm thing and stuff. I have girlfriends that do carry, but for me, I'm way too paranoid about like, I mean, I've been shooting like guns forever, literally as long as I can remember, because like I said, I'm born and raised in Montana. Pretty much everybody lives here, so like even if you're not shooting, like you're a little kid when you're like around them. So my paranoia that like somehow the trigger would like get pulled and I would shoot myself in the foot would be like way higher than my worry of like shooting someone if they tried to attack me. But I think the pepper spray would work pretty good because that, and let's be honest, like chances are that would never happen because you wouldn't have a bullet in the chamber and hopefully you'd have the safety on, and it would probably be in some kind of like carrier pouch. That's just how my mind works. Like, I feel like once you've seen someone accidentally set a gun off like once, you're like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like, what? How did that happen? And so I don't carry, but I do have friends that carry, and they have like the purse that like is made for it and stuff. Hey Tony, when I bring our jet ski, I pull up and my stepson docks it for me. I'm dangerous. Okay, well that's perfect. Honestly, if like, say if I'm there and my little brother's there, usually he's like literally 15 now, but I'll usually just let him drive and I'm just chilling in the passenger seat. Like, it's time for you to step into your role of like having to do all these chores. Like, you're 14, you're plenty old enough. You're 13, yeah, you can load the boat. I'm just kidding. I think I can load a boat just fine. Like I said, it might take a little bit. I'm not saying it's gonna be perfect, but like one way or another, we're gonna figure it out. What kind of mascara are you using? Valerie, this is the False Lashes Mascara by Celeste. I actually signed up to sell with them. It's been about a year ago when I switched from an ambassador to an affiliate with Younique. We used to just call them all presenters, and I haven't really done much with it, honestly. Like that first month, I was like, oh, okay, I'll try again. Like the team building aspect and all of that. So I don't really like do that much with them, to be honest, but I don't mind this. So I can totally, I think my website's still active, so I can leave you guys a link if you want to check it out. I do like some of their products. Some of it I was kind of like, meh, so-so. But they were like really well priced. However, I'm pretty sure in the last year they've definitely changed some of their prices, and I don't know, they're like super weird. So like, probably not supposed to talk about brands, I guess, on here, but I don't really care because I don't really do much with them. They like had a convention scheduled, which if you've never been in MLM, that's like huge. Like convention is a big thing. Like everyone tries to go to convention. It's like honestly can change your business. Like on top of that, it's a fun time to see your girlfriends, to hang out, to go on a trip, whatever. Like it's a big deal. Like people wait all year for convention. And so like a month before or something weird, I don't remember, they like changed the date. And they're like, what if we have it in September instead of August? And I luckily wasn't signed up because I've really just been more focusing on like doing my own thing, doing affiliate stuff, whatever. But I was like seeing this in group, and they're like, what if we change it? And it's like a month or 2 months out, and in my head I'm thinking, what the heck? Like, you can't literally change it. Like, people have flights booked, they have freaking Airbnbs booked, like all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just go and change it like literally right before. That's weird. And so I just figured everyone would be like, no. And then they would just keep it the same and then be like, okay, we'll revisit for next year. Well, apparently, I didn't realize this, but because like I said, I didn't keep up with it. I wasn't trying to go to convention. Trying to find my pencil sharpener. Like I said, keeping in mind, like, if this is something you've never been around, convention is a big deal. Like, everyone's trying to get there. Like, it's a huge commitment. People are trying to get to convention. Okay, it's big. Like, people will book their flight and stuff, like, and buy their tickets the year before, like when they're at the other convention. They just full-blown canceled it. So, like, they tried to reschedule it for 1 month later or whatever, like, literally a month before, which I'm like, how? You can't do that. You know what I mean? And then they apparently just canceled it. They've changed their comp plan 3 times, which is insane. Like, literally unheard of. So basically it would be like, imagine having a job and then, like, say you have, I know people dog on MLM, but one thing I will tell you guys, it's way freaking harder than you think. Truly. Like, it's so much work if you actually want to, like, really be successful with it. Okay, I can't find my pencil sharpener, which is gonna drive me freaking bonkers. I forgot I actually got this the other day, so maybe I'll try it. It's a lot of work. Like, it truly is not, like, people make it out like, oh, you just signed 3 people up and then all of a sudden you're a multimillionaire. No, I literally hit the top of the company and had, like, a big team and stuff for probably 10 years. I would say the first 2 years I barely made any money. And I never was a 6-figure earner. Like, I did make good money. Like, I made a full-time income, but it was, like, so much work. It's so inconsistent. Like, there were amazing times, like, truly amazing memories, and that's what kept me going. Amazing friends, like, truly so much, but it's hard. Like, it really is, like, so hard. So imagine that you join a company because you like their comp plan. It's maybe focused in on whatever your specialty is or something that you're really in. Because here's the thing, in, like, MLM, it used to pretty much all be about, like, signing people up and stuff if you want to make a ton of money, but it has shifted a lot because because of the internet, basically. Like, there are people that like, make 99% of their money from just their personal sales. But before, and for most average people, like, that are not really huge sellers, I couldn't do what you do. You're excellent in your presentation. Oh my gosh, Marla, you are too sweet. I've had a lot of practice, and definitely a lot of days I go and, like, see it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that was chaotic. But I just like to chit chat with you guys, and some days I don't have to, like, worry about a tutorial as much. Yeah, how crazy is that, Norlin? Good morning, Kimberly. How are you? Anyways, so just to kind of, like, put this into perspective, because I feel like a lot of people, like, don't consider network marketing a real job. And I can tell you, for a lot of people, it is legit their job. Like, that's how they're, like, paying their bills, they're feeding their family. Like, that is, like, their full-time income, and they're doing so much with it. Truly. And a lot of people, it's not. A lot of people, it's just, they like the products, they want a little discount, and, you know, it's perfect with whatever their job that they're already doing. But for those people that, like, it's their legitimate job, imagine you know in your mind what you need to do to, like, make X amount of money. It's required, because nothing's guaranteed in network marketing. So that's another thing, or sales in general. It's not like a regular job where, like, you know how much you're gonna make and stuff like that. Like, no, you basically have to just hope and, like, work your butt off that you can hit that amount, but you know, like, it's never guaranteed. But typically speaking, like, when it's your career, you have a pretty good idea, like, what numbers you need to hit, what you need to do to get to that point. So imagine 3 times in 1 year, a company changes the way that you're paid and changes the amount you're paid. So, like, you maybe made, say someone that is, like, making the majority of their money on their personal sales, meaning, like, maybe they're making videos like this and their friend goes to their website and orders, or a customer goes to their website and orders. That's how they're making most of their pay. You went from making 40% commission to 25%. Like, that's a huge difference, you know what I mean? Or say someone that, like, they make the majority of their money from their sales organization. So, like, their team. Like, they don't really spend a ton of time selling. They spend, like, so much time, you know, helping other girls, teaching, training, encouraging them, whatever, giving tips. And then all of a sudden they're like, by the way, you don't get paid on half your team. You know what I mean? Like, it's like that really happens with these companies all the time. And that's why when you see people post, like, they're like, I literally am shooketh. That's what they're saying. Like, imagine you're working at, I don't know, let's just say somewhere that you work completely on tips. Let's say you're working at a restaurant and you make, you know, $7 an hour or whatever, but like you make good money on tips. And all of a sudden one day they're like, by the way, now you have to give the restaurant 50% of your tips. And you're like, what? You know what I mean? Like, that's what it's like. I bought some items from Celeste because I like the way you presented the look. I really liked what I did buy and I do use them. However, I love Ophir and I love watching and listening to you. Thank you so much, Mary. Oh, I will keep doing it. And honestly, like I said, I don't have a problem with Celeste, but I was never like that invested in it. And I can tell you, when you're like that invested in something and you put like so much time into it and like so much freaking work, and then all of a sudden you realize like, wait a minute, I actually have zero control over this because everything just changed at like the drop of a hat and I actually don't make like hardly any money anymore. It's crazy, you know what I mean? And I think like that's something people don't realize about MLM because they're so busy like trying to convince people it's a scam. Is like some people have put like 8, 9, 10 years into like their sales teams, and all to just be like, by the way, we're not going to pay you on this anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. It's really no different than like if your job just fired you all of a sudden. Like, say you like brought in a bunch of people in your corporate job, like a bunch of clients, let's say. Like, maybe you're working for, I don't know, some stock market, or like, I don't know, an investment firm, or you're working for a CPA and you bring in like a whole bunch of clients. You get it built up, like hundreds, even thousands of clients, and then all of a sudden the CPA is like, by the way, I'm dropping you down to 20 hours a week and minimum wage. Like, that's what some of these companies do. It's crazy. Yay, I caught you. Good morning, Garnita. Do you have a video for doing eyeshadow for complete hooded eyes? I do have a video with tips. However, it's been a while and I don't know if I'd be able to find it, but I can definitely make a new one soon. Okay, let's do a little lip liner, except for the problem is I literally can't find my... I have no idea where my pencil sharpener is. I usually just keep it right here, but I must have dropped it. Alright, let's find the shade All That, maybe. If I have it out here. Anyway, I like doing affiliate work. I really do. And actually, like I said, I had a lot of stuff I loved about MLM. But you have to just remember, anything in sales is like, you know, every month is new. So, yeah. But I love having like a little more freedom now where I just kind of can do like what I want, you know? And like I can try new products, I can share different things, I can just kind of like not have to be that stressed about it or worried if it's like gonna confuse people, or you know what I mean? So I love that aspect, but there was a lot of things that I loved and a lot of years that were amazing, truly. Good morning, Maristella. All right, we have a little bit here. I can't find my pencil sharpener, but this is in the shade All That. We're kind of just making up today's look as we go, guys. And we're going kind of like natural, but I guess summery. And even though this is a burgundy color, I feel like when you smudge it, it's way lighter and like more natural. I've seen so many different videos for hooded eyes. They all do it different. So I was getting confused on how to do it. That would be awesome. Thank you so much. So the main thing with a hooded eye is like, you can see mine's partially hooded. So see how the top, my brow sits on top of my lid when I look at you. So a fully hooded eye, this completely covers the lid. So it's like your eyelashes and then your brow bone. Like there's no, whatever, that's it. So basically what you're going to want to do that's a little bit different is when you're doing your eyeshadow, you want to look at yourself with your eyes open and give yourself little marks of like where the first place you can see. And then you can go like this and put your eyeshadow the rest of the way and make sure you go all the way up to that mark. Because obviously we're not walking around like this, right? Like we want people to see our eyeshadow with our eyes open. And so that's really the biggest thing. I would also say avoid eyeliner on the top, or if you want to wear it, just do like a little wing out on the edge. You don't need to actually put it on the lid because you don't really want to weigh your lid down. Okay, this is not what I thought it was at all. It feels almost more like a liquid lipstick in a chapstick tube. I thought this was a gloss. Okay, it does smell really good. What the heck is this? Matte lip balm. Smushy matte lip balm. I've never used a matte lip gloss before, have you guys? That's a little different. Actually don't hate it though. A little weird. Okay, I don't mind that. I was just expecting like a gloss, so I'm like, why does this feel like so weird? And I guess apparently because it's a matte lip balm. It's kind of a pretty strong color though. Okay, I'll link this for you because I think I can link this. But it's the NYX Smushy Matte Lip Balm, shade Sassy Stuff. I need to look at myself a little further away because sometimes when I'm like too up close, then I'll start like putting more makeup on or like changing something and I'm like, whoa, by the time I actually look at myself from like a normal distance. Should I wear my hair down today or should I slick it back? That looks literally horrible, but it's actually a really pretty color. I was thinking that too. Like, actually, this is really pretty. And I feel like this would be really cute for, like, Christmas time when we're trying to do that, like, cold girl makeup trend where we do, like, the red blush and, like, red lips. But I also think it's, like, really pretty for summer. It was definitely not what I was expecting because it's in, like, a lip gloss too. But it is kind of a fun little finish. Put it back. You look great in orange. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Maristella. It is a pretty color, yeah. I actually like it. It's just, you know, when you're like expecting one thing and then you're like, why is this texture so strange? That's kind of what happened. Okay, thank you. I'll try that. I had my eyeliner done years ago but faded. The eyeshadow covers it up. Yeah, if you have a hooded eye, I would skip eyeliner. Other than, like, if you do, like, a wing, and I would only concentrate it in the outer corners. If you want to do a cat eye, you put your mascara, or you put your eyeliner right here and right here. There's no reason to, like, weigh it down under your, or on top of your lash line, because you're not going to see it anyways. And then just, like I said, doing at least some of your eyeshadow with your eyes open, looking right at yourself so you have those marks of, like, what can I actually see when I'm looking at someone? Or what can someone see when they're looking at me? So you can make sure that you're actually you know, you're not wasting your time with eyeshadow because what if no one can see it? Like, if it's only on your lid, you know what I mean? Oh my gosh, I actually got this mascara on TikTok Shop, and it's a little bit wet. Like, you know that mascara that's just like a little wet where you kind of feel like you want it to be a little drier? It's like that, but I actually do like the the applicator, and then I do like putting it over another one. Oh my god. But when I just put it directly onto my lashes, I felt like it was a little too wet, where it was like kind of sliding around, but putting it over this, I feel like it has something to stick to. Okay, I think we're done. I am gonna put my hair up, but I'll probably try to record that. If you guys do like 10-second hair tutorials, like 10 to 20-second hair tutorials, that's what I post on Instagram. So I do usually post them on TikTok as well, but that's pretty much all I post on Instagram. So if you like that kind of thing, make sure you follow me there. But on Facebook, I do a lot more like mixing it up. I'll do my long tutorials like this where we get to chit chat on live. I'll kind of do like pre-recorded stuff, super short tutorials. I try to do a really good mix. Have you ever tried Laura Geller makeup? I have not. I'd have to look that up. I don't even know who that is, I guess, off the top of my head. Maybe tomorrow. I have to go to a basketball game, so if it's like too odd, I probably won't do it tomorrow. I'd maybe wait until like Sunday, just because I'm actually going to be like, you know, out and about in a big crowd, but I love trying a new trend. Alright girls, here's everything. I will link everything that I can up in the description, but if you guys have more questions or if I forget something, shoot me a message, comment it down below, whatever. I do love our little stack. I think that's so fun. I can't wait to wear this at the lake. It'll probably get really hot and burn me, and then I'll have like a permanent fish scar. I was just thinking about that. I think these are going to be so fun for like at the lake though with the little fish. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good Thursday, and if you need anything, message me, but otherwise I will be on tomorrow and we'll do some kind of makeup. So bye girls.